Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? How you doing? You know who this is, the chosen one, Gabriel Skywalker, joined by none other than Eryk, Ya Boy. What's going on, Eryk? How you doing, man?
Man, doing awesome. And yourself? Thank you for having me.
Please, it's a pleasure to have you, man. Like I was telling you before we went on, man, I am a huge fan. You're doing me the favor, the fans the favor. How's the training going out in Arizona, man? I used to live out there, and the weather's kind of something else. How's it going out there?
Dude, it's beautiful out here. As soon as we wrap this up, I'm going a little a run, then hike up this little mountain, and man, just be out here in nature, soak up the energy. The sun out here is, the weather is perfect, man.
That's awesome. I mean, yeah, it's a great place to train. I mean, people think Arizona, they think desert, but no, you have there's mountains there and stuff that you can run. Elevation training, all that stuff. Any particular reason why you picked Arizona for this?
Man, I really wanted to work with Eddie Chaw. You know,
Okay.
really improve my striking. And he's just a master of range and distance and covering ground, taking space and giving space. So I think that's what I've been lacking the most is footwork. And, my fights tend to be rock'em sock'em robots. And that's just not conducive to a long career. I've had my face broke, my nose broke, my hand broke, So, it's just, something I wish I would have done sooner. I just came out here and worked with Eddie. And, the strength and conditioning is awesome. Chad Ike's really got me right. This is the most abs I've had since forever. And man, just feeling really athletic, explosive. Feet are moving, hands are moving, speeds increased, punch count is increased, and man, really excited to show the growth um, since I've been out here on March 13th.
That's awesome. I love to hear that, man. You improved. I cannot wait to see that because, I mean, that last fight with Roundtree, I got to give it up to you, man. You never quit. You never even thought about quitting. It didn't go your way, but my God, you won over a lot of people. I think you gained a lot of new fans just by that heart that you showed. I mean, I think you won that third round. Like if there'd have been another round, I think you would have won that fight, man.
Man,
So
toughness is a decision. He flash knocked me out a couple times in that second round. There was one time when he hit me, and like the impact of the ground like woke me up. It was like some Dragon Ball Z kind of stuff. He hit me, and I just felt myself like skidding across the skidding across the mat there. I was like, oh shit, what just happened? And but like I said, man, as long as I'm conscious, as long as I'm breathing, I'm gonna get up every time. So it is what it is. Not my favorite fight, but like I said, toughness is a choice, it's a decision, and I feel like 95, 98% of people and fighters would have quit after that second round. The commission was coming over, they were in my face asking me if I was okay, and all this other stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good, I'm straight. We and I truly felt that I was going to win that fight. I just thought that in that third round I was going to go out there and knock him out, and certainly tried to do so, but it didn't happen like that. But it is what it is.
it is, man. But like I said, just that tenacity, that heart, that toughness that you showed, man. I think morally, I think you were the winner. Like my wife was, I think that's the first fight my wife watched with me, and she was just blown away by your toughness. Like, how is he still getting up? How is he, how is he still like you're good? Like your leg was chopped up, your leg was eaten, and you're still standing there throwing in that third round. So yeah, man,
I'm sure
respect,
she was
big time.
asking me, why does this guy keep getting up, man? It could be over for
Yeah.
me. Probably took a couple of years off my life, but it's okay.
Oh, well, you're getting Darren Stewart on the 13th. Um, what's your plan? I mean, so you've already told me. I was going to ask you who you're training with, but you've already told me that. Did you see the fight with him and Kevin Holland?
I did. I did. It was a fun fight to watch. I think Darren Stewart's improved a lot. I've been watching his film. Probably watched all his UFC fights, and even before the UFC actually. And man, he's improved a lot. He's gotten a lot bigger, stronger, increased his athleticism, speed, and power. So, um, I know that he thinks that he won that fight. Kevin Holland thinks that he won that fight. Thinks that Darren Stewart won the fight. A lot of people think that Darren wins that fight. And I've been in that position before where everybody but the judges think that you win the fight. And man, it just makes you want to come back for that next one with a vengeance. So I'm sure I'll see the best version of Darren Stewart, and it should be a fun one for the fans.
Oh, absolutely. This is going to be a banger. Like this one, I'm really looking forward to. When I first saw that you announced this on your Twitter and your Instagram, I was like, holy shit, man. Like this is going to be because your guys' fighting styles are so similar. You guys are both like I've never seen anyone being able to manhandle you. You're just so fucking strong in there, man. Where does that strength come from? Was that from football or just being an athlete overall?
Man, I lifted a lot of weights when I was in football, when I played football, and I think that muscle stays with you. It just kind of leans out a little bit, especially the functional strength. And I was probably already naturally a strong guy anyways, but just all those years of lifting weights and all that other stuff. Especially I used to weigh like 250 and try to move guys who were like 350, close to 400 pounds. So I haven't ran up across too many people that were, as like functionally strong as me and as powerful. But I'm sure Darren Stewart's going to put his best foot forward.
Yeah, I mean, he was impressive in that. I mean, we all see what kind of a role Kevin Holland's on, and he put it to him. So that's impressive because what he did to Buckley. I watched that fight over and over again because Buckley went on that fighting. I mean,
Yeah,
just your division alone, man, is just like probably the toughest in the UFC. Are you seeing any holes or any weaknesses in Darren's game right now that you're gonna try and attack? You don't have to tell me or not. I don't want you to give away too much, but
I think the longer you study somebody, the more you watch somebody, the more you kind of pick up on their tendencies and what they do. Because, man, you can improve skill sets and try and change things up, but man, when shit gets rough in there, when it gets tough, when I touch him a few times, these people, they always revert back to what they know and what's second nature. So, like I said, I'm sure that, that guy's training. I know he trains hard. I know he's improving, but at the end of the day, we're going to stand in the middle and strike. And, he's going to be Darren. I'm going to be Eryk, and we're going to see who the last man standing is.
yeah. Speaking of last man standing, I mean, I don't know who it's going to be because you've never been submitted, right?
Never.
I don't think never. I don't think he's ever been finished. So, like I said, bro, this is gonna be a banger.
He's been submitted.
Oh, he
I
has.
think Carl Roberson choked him out. I think maybe Julian Marquez may have knocked him out or may have submitted him as well. But MMA math doesn't work out. Just because he's been submitted before. I can't remember if he's been knocked out. I don't know off the top of my head, but MMA math doesn't work out like that. Just because somebody did it doesn't mean the other guy's going to do it. So, that's probably where he's made the biggest gain is in the grappling department. So I know he's worked with Hamza Chimaev, who we all know is a phenomenal wrestler. So, like I said, I'm sure that he's increased his grappling pedigree by a lot.
Yeah, I noticed he went for a lot of takedowns in that Kevin Holland fight. He tried to go for a lot, and then he eventually did take him down. Like I said, I don't think he's going to have a tough time taking you down just by how strong you are. I've seen many try. I saw one fight where you just literally just pushed him aside like he was a child, and then you reversed it and you got the bonus for beating his face in. Can we get a prediction from you? How do you see this fight playing out?
Like I said, I think that we're both going to meet in the middle and let the hands ride, throw heavy leather. Quite confident in my durability and toughness, and skill that I'll go out there and get a win.
I like it. I like it. So I don't know. I mean, I'm one of the few people that do DraftKings, FanDuel, for UFC on YouTube. I have a huge YouTube channel for that kind of stuff. So I'm just trying to bring UFC more into the mainstream as far as DraftKings and FanDuel. And on my video, man, I'm gonna pick you because I know you can do it. Um,
I'm the
Part of me, a
underdog
lot of me,
too.
yes, I'm a fan, but I
Cash
know
in.
you're gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm the
Um,
underdog too, so you can cash in too.
what's that?
I said I'm the underdog, so you can cash in too.
Oh, you're already the underdog. I didn't even look yet. Does being the underdog, does that motivate you more?
Man, I don't care, man. Vegas doesn't know what they're talking about. We're playing with 4-ounce gloves. Anybody can win.
4 ounce gloves and like a sock underneath, right? I mean, that's just speaking of gloves, like, do you think there's a way, because I guess eye poking's been a thing lately. Um, it's just natural to put your hands up. Are they talking about maybe changing the glove style or anything like that you know of to kind of cut down on the eye pokes?
Man, I'm not sure. And if they did, I'd probably be the last person to know. So, you know, I know like Trevor Whitman and Onyx. They make those. They make some gloves that have like a curve in the finger, so it makes it hard to like extend your fingers straight. Makes your fingers kind of, sit in the glove in a resting position like this. So maybe they move on to that. I don't know, but whatever equipment they give us, you know, the guy I'm fighting, he's gonna be wearing the same stuff. So it is what it is.
That's true, man. That's true, man. So after you win, who do you see fighting after this? Are you gonna call somebody out?
Um, Man, I don't know. That's just kind of spur of the moment kind of thing. I'm not really looking at the rest of the division. I'm just looking at Darren Stewart. And I know I want to take some time off after this fight. I haven't seen my family in 2 months. I've been out here in Arizona training. So, I just want to go home after this fight, spend some time with them, eat some burgers and pizza, have a few cold ones, and, get back in the gym, start training a little bit, and then, we'll look for a new opponent.
Yeah, I was looking through your Instagram, man. Beautiful family. You're what I call a winner in life, man. You're the football player, man. You played a Roll Tide. You have a beautiful wife. You have beautiful children, man. You're
Thank
you're
you.
smart with your money. You're investing in homes, which is I personally the best investments you can do. What advice do you have for kids, young men and women in like their early 20s that are thinking about making UFC a career? Do you have any advice for them to get on your level?
Yeah, man, you got to sell out in this sport. If you have to live in the gym, if you have to, clean the mats or do whatever, man, you just got to do what you got to do so you can do what you want to do. A lot of people say they want to do this, but man, they're not willing to put in the work or the hours and, go through all the bullshit that you got to go through to start making a little money in the sport. So, how bad do you want it?
Right. That's been my mentality. I told my son that's what I always tell my son. How bad do you want this? Now he's an Eagle Scout, so the
That's cool.
sky's the limit.
I'm an Eagle Scout too, man. So, I know it's not
Oh, no
like,
shit.
yeah, like 1% of Boy Scouts make it that far. So,
Yeah.
congratulations to him.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, people don't get how hard that is, but yeah, I'm proud of him. Yeah, man, I'm with you on that. What about your sons? If they said, "Dad, I want to be a fighter," they hit like, 16, 18.
Man, listen, my kids are 9 and 11, two boys, and they already tell me that's what they want to do. So, okay, if this is really what you want to do, man, I'm not going to let them fight at 9 and 11. But, you can wrestle, you can do jujitsu, you can train. And then when you get older, then you can have your first fight. So, man, they train religiously. They're in the gym every day doing something. So, couldn't be any prouder. My oldest, uh, I really don't know. It really don't mean nothing much, but man, he got fourth in state in wrestling this past year. So, man,
Nice.
he's doing all the things that they both are. They're both doing all the things that they need to do, that they can do at this age to do that. But they don't need to be so committed like I am. It's not their profession. They're not gonna make it to the UFC at 9 and 11. So, I still want them to enjoy life, have fun, and you don't need to be putting all that pressure on yourself right now. Just go have fun. And when it's not fun for you anymore, then don't do it.
Yeah, especially this day and age with the whole flu going around. Now, I'm a controversial person with that kind of stuff. Like, I'm just like over it. Let's fucking go. Let's get fucking back to how it used to be. Get fans back in these stadiums. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel kind of the same way. Disneyland is open. Universal Studios is open. You know, I think I don't know, man. I really just don't believe any statistics that come out about it because they've been caught lying about the number and percentage of people who have it and are dying from it, and to be honest, the world kind of does this to itself. Spanish flu in 1918 wiped out a lot of people. Wasn't nobody walking around with masks on. So that may be ignorant of me to say. I don't know, but that's just kind of how I feel.
I think a lot of people feel like you and I, and they just don't want to say it. But yeah, the Spanish flu was a real pandemic. I mean, I just think when I hear them say that COVID killed all these sports or COVID killed businesses, no, I don't think COVID did. I think government did. But God bless you guys. God bless Dana White for keeping this game rolling through the whole lockdown. You guys brought lots of joy to everybody. And on behalf of myself and tons of other people, I'm sure I just want to say thank you guys for doing that, man. You guys did an awesome job with that.
Man, thank you so much, man. It's really the boss man. He's the one who kind of said, threw his middle finger to the media and to everybody else and made shit happen. So, kudos to Uncle Dana.
How's your relationship with Dana? You guys close?
We're cool, we're cordial, but I'm probably not calling him to hang out on Saturday night. You know what I mean?
Right, right. I get it. So just to back up here, Walt Harris, is he the one that originally discovered you and said, "Hey, man, you should try fighting," or is he's just a close friend? Is he a mentor?
I don't know if discover is the proper word, but he was definitely my first experience with MMA. Um, Through a mutual friend ran into Walt. Excuse me, ran into Walt, and the first day in the gym they had me spar Walt.
Oh,
I just kind of fell in love with the sport, after getting beat up by Walt. And man, the rest is history. I've been in the gym damn near every day since.
that's a hell of a person to put in front of you for your first training session.
Man, where we were training, that coach wasn't and still isn't the most competent coach on earth. I walked into the gym. He didn't know me from Adam or who I was or anything. He was just like, "Go 50 at the time. There weren't really any heavyweights for Walt to spar with." And he was like, "Can you fight?" And of course, if you ask anybody, any 24-year-old who played, college or professional sports or has any athletic ability, and I grew up fighting. Like I fought all the time growing up, like street fights and whatnot. And so I was like, "Yeah, I could fight." I don't even think I had a mouthpiece. They gave me a pair of gloves, and quickly I realized that I cannot fight. I didn't know how to fight. And but at the same token, that's what really made me fall in love with the sport. And so here I am now in the UFC.
Yeah, I mean, it's some people don't get. When I look back in my 20s, how I used to fight, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm surprised I didn't get killed. You fought 10 fights in 3 years, is that correct?
Yeah, I can't, dude. The years run together, so I don't know how many fights I've actually, or how long I've been in the UFC. I think it's like 3 or 4 years now. So yeah, I fought quite a bit. Took some short notice fights, and like I said, I love this game, and do it any chance I get.
Nice. So just a couple more questions. I'm gonna let you go because I know you're busy. You got a fight coming up. Um, I watched all your fights, but I rewatched the Jacko fight. When you threw that kick and Jacko was retreating, you almost slapped Herb Dean right across the puss, and I guarantee you he would have went down, bro. What happens in that situation? Like if that would have landed on Herb, did the fight stop or what would happen?
Um, Yeah, I would imagine so. I think you need a ref to, to ref the fight. So I don't know um, how that fight. Maybe it's just a no contest and we run it back a little bit later. But thank God. I think Herb Dean, used to fight or certainly trained, so he had the wherewithal to get out of the way. Herb's an athlete, I guess.
Yeah, he barely got out of the way. That all I was thinking about was, wrestling like WWE, like the ref is down, like throw a chair, hit someone with a chair, and then and then another ref runs in, man. I was just like, holy shit, that was close, dude. Um, and did Jacko call you a pussy? Did I hear that right? Can you hear me? Hmm. I think we're having some audio issues. Eryk, can you hear me, brother? Let me bring you out and bring you back in. Let's see what happens here. All right, how about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry, the mic
Okay, good.
cut off.
Okay, good. No, that's all good. That's it's
I
live,
didn't hear
so
your
anything
last
can happen.
question. What was
Oh, I said, did Jacko call you a pussy in the clinch there?
He did call me a pussy. He was saying
Ah,
fight me pussy. But man, that shit don't bother me. It is what it is. I really planned on knocking him out, but just didn't happen that way.
have you ever trash talked another fighter during the fight?
Man, I don't bring emotions and feelings into fights. I'm just kind of like blank. Like I don't have any feelings towards them one way or another. So, I mean, not really. There was one guy early on, who talked most shit. Um, but and I ended up submitting him, and then I talk a little shit afterwards. But man, I don't. And if you get submitted by me in an MMA fight, it means you're really garbage, by the way, because I'm not even
Ah,
looking for submissions. I have one submission. Two, like I had one in 25 amateur fights and one in 19 or 18 pro fights. So it's just something I'm not looking for. And the only reason why I did that is because like I said, he was talking a lot of shit. And man, I got him in a rear naked choke and didn't even have both hands locked. Like as soon as my arm went around his neck, he tapped. So, you know, that guy's not a fighter.
well, either that, it's that superhuman strength that you got. I mean, seriously, like
I don't think so,
I don't
man.
think you know your own strength, dude.
I didn't even have my hooks in.
Sometimes when people are as strong as you are, it don't matter. Um, let's see, anything else? So I saw your February's Black History Month. We celebrate it here at the DFS Club. I saw your video that was posted. Very touching. I enjoyed it. You said a lot of truth in there. Especially what really hit me is what the ones that are your ride and dies, your families, the ones that call you even after you've taken a loss. People's all on you when you're winning and all that stuff, but if you lose one, then everybody kind of disappears.
No, but
Um,
that's typical. That's normal. That's the life of an athlete, especially like a combat athlete. You know,
yeah,
um, everybody wants to be associated with the winner. You know what I mean? So, there are people who, oh, you remember that time we hung out, or you remember that time that we met? Yada yada yada. And I'm like, man, no, I don't. And not because I'm like rude or a jerk or an asshole or anything, but you know, people that I've met once. Like I said, they want to be associated with the winner. So after a win, now I have you know several hundred, like literally several hundred text messages after a loss. There's only like 10. So it is what it is, man. It's part of life. It's part of the game.
I believe you. I mean, that's just real talk. That's real shit. All right, so I'm not going to keep you too much longer. I think we might have a couple questions. So, Daryl Masterson says, "Good luck, Eryk. You got this all day, bro. Your hard work and grind will pay off."
I appreciate it, Daryl.
And then Adam says, "Eryk, it's been a pleasure watching your fights. You got this, man."
Man, I'm glad that you're entertained by my fighting style. I think it is very fan friendly style. People want to see people get knocked out. People want to see the hands thrown, and that's how I love the fight. So I'm glad you like it too.
Awesome. And then New York Giants fan forever. Loved watching fight, Eryk. Appreciate everything you're doing for the African American community.
Oh yeah, and not just for the African American community, but for my community in general. I really don't care if you're black, white, purple, or green. Good people. Try to help good people. So thank you.
Yeah, man, mass respect. I mean, I've never seen you disrespect no one in that octagon. Win, lose, or draw, Eryk, I would love to have you back on the show. I will always be a fan for life. Anybody that comes on my show, especially, I'm a fan for life. Um, Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you're training right now. If there's anybody you want to shout out, anyone, any sponsors, anything right now, the floor is yours.
Oh yeah, thank you to FX supplements. These things are gear recovery, huge part of the game. And those guys really keep the ball rolling on that stuff. So man, thank you guys so much.
All right. And then Boston Nick says, "What up, boy?" Boston Nick's one of my YouTube guys. Oh, one last thing. Do you ever bet on the fights?
Hell yeah, I lost $150 last night, man. Hurt, so hurt. But sometimes I'll cash in. Like I cashed in on Shayna Dobson. She was like plus 900 one time. So I was like, shit.
Nice. And
Last
what'd
night
you
was
think
just a
about that
rough one
main
for me.
event? 2021's been rough for me, man.
I don't think that it was as bad as everybody says. I think that Serial Gain, I think that guy's good, and if you force him to fight, he'll fight. But if you sit back, like Rosenstruck did last night, then he'll just touch you up. But I think that he won that fight, and there was really no reason for him to take risk.
Yeah.
For what? If the guy's just sitting there letting me touch him, then whatever. But if Rosenstruck pushes the pace, gets in his face, and makes it a fight, then I think it might have been different. I bet on Rosenstruck. I thought Rosenstruck was going to win, but he really didn't do much.
Yeah. All right, Eryk. Well, thank you again so much. Fans, thank you again so much for tuning in. If you're watching this on replay, leave a comment. Eryk, I'm sure we'll read it. And yeah, that's going to do it. So thank you so much for tuning in. Eryk, win, lose, or draw, please come back with us. We're your ride and dies, man. We got you.
Man, anytime, man. You just let me know and I'll be there.
I appreciate that, man. All right, guys, you take care.